Someone's been making some crafts.
It's like a paper flower factory in here.
It's late later.
I'm quite proud of myself. Look at it, they're so pretty.
No, they're very nice. Very nice.
This week I've been making paper flowers for an event that we're having at school to appreciate the teachers and the staff for all the work that they do. We're having an appreciation day for them. And so these roses are going to be placed on a feature wall. So when they walk into the staff room, it's going to be all decorated, and we're going to be using these paper roses. So that's what I have been slaving it away at making, but it's actually been quite therapeutic for me, I think. I used to do a lot of crafts before the kids, and what did I make? Like mostly greeting cards, Christmas cards. I made, well, you helped. We made all of our wedding invitations and thank you cards. You know, thinking back, I don't know what we were thinking. We obviously had way too much time on our hands, but yeah, so this has been kind of fun for me, making these roses. I had posted a photo up on my Instagram and on Facebook, and several people had asked for an instructional video. So here you go. So the roses I am going to teach how to make today are not these giant ones. It takes me about 40 minutes to make one of these, and a lot more paper than I have available. So I'm going to teach you how to make these smaller ones, which is a different technique altogether. So the size that I'm making today is this size, starting off with 10-inch squared paper. And depending on what size roses you want to make, you can just change the size of your square. So I have like smaller ones, really small ones. I'm going to start with 4 sheets of square paper. We're going to fold it corner to corner to a triangle. Then you're going to fold your triangle into a smaller triangle. And one last time. So you're folding your paper 3 times into a triangle. And you're going to do that with all 4 sheets of paper. I'm going to draw one of the petals on the paper, and then the other triangles you can just trace. You want make sure that you start drawing on the seam that is folded with like I don't know how to call it, because I don't. So when you're the last fold, that's where you're going to start drawing. And that's what your petal is gonna look like. After you've drawn the first one, cut it out, and then we can use it as a, what do you call it? A stencil?
Sure. Or a template?
A template. You want to cut this a little bit deeper on the sides, because you want to be able to curl these corners so that it looks more like a petal. So then we'll just do that with the rest of the triangles. And then before you unfold them, cut just a little bit off the bottom. So maybe like 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Okay, I already have one half that I need from, or that I'm using from a previous rose that I made, so it would have been this one I made earlier. So I'm going to use that for one of the parts, which is why I only have 3 triangles here. I'm going to open one up, and you're going to cut out 1 petal from the first one. So if you can see, there are 8 petals, and we're going to cut out 1. Don't discard it, you're going to need it. And the second one, we're going to cut out 2. You have to stay attached, so don't cut each petal off separately. Okay. And then the third piece, you're going to cut out 3 petals. And then the last one, you're going to cut out 4, and you're only going to need one side of it. So the other side you can discard. So for all the pieces, you're going to need 1 with 7 petals, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to use all of these to make our rose. I am finding that a hot glue gun is the best tool to use because it dries quickly. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue the 2 end petals together. And that will be the shape of our rose. And then I only glue up to this part because I have to curl these edges. And I find that if I glue up here, it's harder to curl. So we're just gonna, whoops. Just hold it until it takes. So this is the one with the 4 petals. The one with the 3 petals, I'm not going to do the whole thing. So I'm going to do about 1.5, maybe 2/3 of it. It doesn't have to go all the way. And the same with the 2 petals. We're just going to do it halfway of 1 petal, like that. The last one's a little bit tricky. So this one, you're gonna glue it to the other edge. So what I find is using a pencil to kind of roll it a little bit, it's helpful. Pressing using the pencil to press along the edge of where the glue is, just make sure that it stays. All right, so as you can see already, we're about to assemble our rose. So this is where we're going to curl all of the petals first before we glue all of the pieces together. I'm just using the edge of the scissors. I've seen others using a boning tool. I've also tried using a ruler, but this is small enough that I can curl. And you're curling it like you would curly ribbon. So I'm just gonna gently take 1 corner of the petal, put some pressure down with your thumb, and just grab the paper, and we're just gonna pull. And then you just get a little curl. And that's all we're doing. So we're gonna do that with every corner. So the last one, there was nothing to curl, so we're just gonna leave that as is, just for the edge. Now that you have all your pieces, we're going to glue them all together. And you just wanna shape it a little bit so that they stay round. And then as you glue, it'll keep it in place. So you don't have to worry too much about it. You're gonna put glue on the bottom of your second largest piece. I'm just gonna do just the bottom edge here, like that. And when you twirl your glue gun like this, it actually will prevent that spider web thing that ends up on a lot of things. We're just gonna put that right in the middle and try to make the petals so that they're not like on top of each other, so it looks more natural. Then you're going to go with your next largest piece. And then the last piece, I'm just gonna cut off another 1/4 of an inch or so that it's not sticking out on top. And that's it. That didn't take long, maybe about 15 minutes to make one rose from start to finish. And the way I drew in the petal, it allowed for it to have like 2 curly sides, but I also found that if you cut it like a cone shape, I don't know if you can see, for your triangle, if you just cut a cone shape and you can just curl that one piece, you get a rose that looks like this. Well, this was a really fun project. I'm really glad that I took some time to source out some paper and to make these roses. If you give it a try, please tag me on Instagram. Let me know how they turn out. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and come follow me on Instagram. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.